Welcome to OpenRose, an open source and free requirements management application. Find more information at github.com/openrose. Today, we are going to talk about breadcrumbs. The question comes in our mind that how come the requirements management and breadcrumbs are related in any ways? So let me start by explaining that breadcrumbs is nothing but a concept in software application whereby we can show how far deep in the hierarchy have we gone into when it comes to working with data which are structural data. OpenRose has two different possibilities in which breadcrumbs are used as technical enabler or visualization of data to indicate whereabout are you in the product or baseline hierarchy. Let me start by going into our projects. Here we have Barclays Tariff for Personal Customers project, which I have been using for demo purpose. If I go to tree view, then we can see all this information about existing data laid out in a nicely structured manner. We know that L1, L2, L3 indicates the level. So project is at L1, item type is at L2, a requirement is at L3, or a sub requirement, child requirement here, which is older accounts, is at level 4. Likewise, if I go further down, the deepest level in my hierarchical structure is levels 5. So when I open Barclays Personal Overdraft, in the tree view, then I can see all its parent and the level at which it is currently sitting. But if I switch over to details view, then here, if I want to know where in the hierarchy this particular requirement is sitting, then I have to look at the breadcrumbs information that is available here at the top. This indicates that I am at level 5 because my project is at level 1, item type is at level 2. One of the requirement below the item type is at level 3. Then I have level 4 requirement and I am personally sitting at level 5. This information helps us to understand the contextual hierarchical information about this particular requirement. I can open this requirement, I can start editing it. I still will have access to the breadcrumbs. I can jump out to any level, which is my parent level. So in this case, I'm going to, how does our overdraft compare requirement? The same information about the breadcrumbs is also available in baseline snapshots. Snapshots are nothing but a picture or a data information captured from the project or from item type at any given point in time. That's why it is called snapshot or a baseline. So if I go to the project again and then look at the details about the project here, we can see all these baselines that we had taken in the past. We have two baselines, which are January and February baselines coming from the entire project itself. So it is a snapshot of all data from the project. And we have loans for January and loans for February. They are nothing but snapshot taken for a section of the project based on item type. Let's jump over to January baseline. Here again we can see the detailed view. We can also switch over to tree view if required, but the breadcrumbs feature is available within the details view. Now baselines are always sitting under the project. So as you can see, my project is at level 1 and baselines are at level 2, which means my item types are at level 3. So let's jump further down into this particular item, which is a sub item under a requirement which is linked to the item type. So here the structure indicates that item types are at level 3 and then actual items which are requirements are at level 4, 5 and further down. Because snapshot is read-only view of my data from a given point in time from the past, I'm not able to change the structural information. That means if I go back to my item type within the baseline, then here I don't see any data or option to change the hierarchical levels or order of sub-items underneath. The same information will be visible if I go to the project detail view. Here the difference is that I'm inside the project view, wherein I can use the up and down button to change the hierarchical structure for the given sub-items or given items or different types of data sitting under a specific parent. This information is shared only so that we understand that when you make certain changes to the structure or when you move items using move under, move between or move item types under or between different data, then the overall level of that item could easily change. And in that context, what we are going to do is to rebuild the breadcrumbs, which is a dynamic view sitting on top of the current status of your data in the project or the past status of your data based on the snapshot that was taken from that point in time. One thing I want to also show is breadcrumbs also allows us to see information about the scoping of the baseline. So again, let's go back to the baseline view, which is available in the details view of the project. Here I will open January baseline. And one thing we can do within January is to include and exclude my requirements and all its children from that given scope of the baseline or scope of the snapshot. In this case, I would like to exclude the parent item, which is if you have an older account requirement, and that will automatically trigger exclusion or descoping all its child items. So when I do that, we can see all the children's are actually descoped. When you do so, and when you jump into a specific child, here in the breadcrumb, you can see different color indicating that this particular item is excluded from within the scope of the given baseline. And then jump over to tree view. When I do so, you can see the same information is indicated with the red color cross in the tree view, while the similar information is indicated with red color icon as well as red color name in the breadcrumbs view. So that's the overview of how breadcrumbs, which is an element or a UI component that shows us information about the hierarchical structure given the context of the item that you are currently in. And with that, I would like to thank you for watching this video. Please share this video with others and have a great day. Bye bye.